Their loyalty was mine after I gained financial freedom. Chen-na said to herself, I remember reading web novels before that talked about those indescribable stories between a brother-in-law and a sister-in-law. The younger sister-in-law looks like the wife but can also satisfy the brother-in-law's curiosity for something new. And the brother-in-law, like an older brother, can easily make the younger sister admire him. It seems natural that Xinyu, just starting to understand love, would admire Shen Yuan. Xinyu has known Shen Yuan for so long, yet her expression has always been unnatural, and she often blushes for no reason. That's exactly how an innocent girl's crush looks. As Chen Xinyu looked down at the water, blushing, Chen-na sweated and said to herself, I even let her interact with Shen Yuan more and asked her to buy him a birthday present. I was basically playing with fire. Luckily right now it's only a small sign. The two of them haven't made any real progress. But what about Shen Yuan? Does he have that kind of thought too? After all, there was the precedent with Lily Minglu. I can't believe something like this is happening to me again. Why am I so unlucky? Chen Xinyu said to herself, if I had known, I should have lost some weight. After seeing all this chubby flesh, brother-in-law will probably dislike me. Shen Yuan said, Nana, where are we going tomorrow? Chen-na said, in the morning we'll go to Dianqi Lake and in the afternoon to Kun City Old Street. How about that? Shen Yuan leaned closer and said, sounds good, the schedule doesn't need to be tight. If we're tired, we'll just rest. Chen-na said, approximately. Shen Yuan hugged Chen-na from behind and said to himself, playing with Nana in the water has its own kind of charm. Chen-na said, Shen Yuan. Shen Yuan said to himself, although my sister-in-law's waist and stomach are a bit soft, the curves look even better because of her full chest. The more I look, the cuter she seems. Too bad we can't go side by side. Chen Xinyu blushed and peeked at them, saying to herself, brother-in-law's figure is really good. Not only his body, but even, I'm so envious of my sister. 45 minutes later, Shen Yuan stood up and said, Nana, let's stop soaking and go back to the room. Chen-na stood up and said, okay. At the room, Shen Yuan took out his phone, sending goodnight messages to other NPCs. Shen Yuan turned around and said, Nana, what's wrong? Chen-na said, nothing, I'm just a little tired. Shen Yuan sat up and said, if you're tired, go to sleep early. Wake whenever you want tomorrow. No need to exhaust yourself. Chen-na said, Shen Yuan took out his phone and still replying to messages as Chen-na tried to fall asleep. Chen-na turned around and said, Shen Yuan, the hotel offers therapy and spa services. If you can't sleep, you can ask Jia to arrange it. She said to herself, actually, I've never worried about Shen Yuan going out to find women. I only worry about his feelings. When traveling, it's different. At most, it's just physical interaction. It won't reach the emotional level. Shen Yuan said, Nana, you don't mind? He said to himself, now that you mention it, I actually want to try a massage. Experiencing a professional's technique might let me give some advice to the campus Belle and Lulu. Chen-na said, I don't mind. Chen-na sat up and said, well, Shen Yuan, I want to ask you. Shen Yuan, about to contact Jia, said, Chen-na, gathering courage, said, if my sister. Shen Yuan sat up and said, what, damn, the weather forecast says it might rain tomorrow. Chen-na suddenly stopped and was silent. Shen Yuan said, Nana, what were you saying just now? Pretending not to see, Chen-na said, nothing. If it rains tomorrow, are we still going out? Shen Yuan sweated and said to himself, good thing I made something up quickly to change the topic. Did Nana notice something? I hit it so well it shouldn't have slipped. Looks like the younger sister might have shown some clues. The key point is that nothing has even happened between me and her yet. Chen-na got back into bed and said, Shen Yuan, I'm going to sleep first. You go ahead. Come back early. Shen Yuan said to himself, from now on, it depends on how far you go, Nana. Outside, Jia's friend said, Sister Jia, Mr. Shen said to arrange a therapy spa for him. Are you going to serve him? Jia said, probably not. Jia's friend said, don't you have a therapy certificate? Someone as wealthy as Mr. Shen would definitely give a generous tip. Jia said, better forget it. Jia's friend said, besides, Mr. Shen might not want that. Maybe he just wants a normal massage? Jia said, men aren't that innocent. Let Sister Su Li go instead. Good chance to see her skills. I'll reply to Mr. Shen. As she replied to Shen Yuan, saying, Shen, we have professional therapists and also exclusive butlers like me who have therapy certificates. Which type of service would you like arranged? Shen Yuan said, I thought you were coming. As Jia sweated and blushed, saying to herself, Mr. Shen is so direct. Shen Yuan sent a message saying, can you serve me? He said to himself, other women's quality is unknown. Rather than blindly picking a mystery box, I might as well choose someone I've already met. Jia's friend said, Mr. Shen just wants you. Why not give it a try? Jia said, What if Mr. Shen makes that kind of request, as she tried to hide her face with her phone? Suddenly Suli arrived and said, "What's wrong?" Jia's friend said, "Mr. Shen wants spa service." As Jia tried to hide under the counter, Suli said, "That's good. I'm free right now, so I can go meet this Mr. Shen." Jia's friend said, "But Mr. Shen specifically asked for Sister Jia." Suli said, "Xiaoya, if I remember correctly, you haven't done therapy for guests before, right? If you lack experience, you shouldn't rush into it. You might upset the client. Besides, you're young and still clean. I wouldn't recommend going. You might not even earn money and end up being taken advantage of." Jia said to herself, "Sounds so nice. Aren't you just trying to earn the tip yourself?" Suli said, "Xiaoya, explain to the client. Say a more experienced butler with a great figure will serve him." Jia said to herself, "So you're saying I'm inexperienced and don't have a body as good as yours?" Jia said, "Sister Suli, I think I should go. Mr. Shen probably just wants a normal spa, and he specifically asked for me." Suli said, "You're sure you want to go?" Jia said, "I'm sure." Suli said, "How about this? We go together and let Mr. Shen choose." Jia said, "Okay, let's go now." As Jia and Suli went to Shen Yuan's room, Jia's friend said to herself, "Oh my. Tonight will be interesting." Approximately a few moments later, at the hallway, Suli opened the top button of her blazer, revealing some skin in her red lace bra as she said, "Xiaoya, it's not too late for you to back out now. I'll explain to Mr. Shen and say you have something urgent." Jia said, "No need." She said to herself, "Damn, so competitive. Do you really have to show that much?" At Shen Yuan's room, Suli leaned forward and said to Shen Yuan, "Mr. Shen, my name is Suli. I'm also an exclusive butler. Helping clients with spa is actually my part-time job. I'm also a beginner in this field, so please guide me." Jia said, "Good evening, Mr. Shen. Welcome." Shen Yuan said, "Hello." Jia said to herself, "A beginner? Part-time? And you actually have the nerve to say that." Suli said to herself, Men like beginners and part-time workers. It hints that I rarely do this kind of thing and am cleaner than others." Jia said, "Mr. Shen, who would you like to serve you tonight?" Shen Yuan said, "I think you're quite suitable." Suli said, "Then what part of me do you think is suitable?" Shen Yuan said, "What do you think?" Suli said, "Mr. Shen, you're so naughty, how annoying." Approximately as Jia closed her eyes, she said to herself, "Sigh, I lost. I underestimated Suli's lack of shame. I didn't expect her to go this far." Jia turned away and said, "Mr. Shen, then I'll head back." As Suli waved goodbye to Jia, saying, "Go ahead, Xiaoya. Mr. Shen will be mine to serve tonight. I'll take good care of him." Shen Yuan suddenly said, "Wait." Jia stopped and said, "What's wrong, Mr. Shen?" Suli sweated and said, confused, Shen Yuan stood up and said, "Since you're already here, why not both together?" Jia said, "Together? Mr. Shen, we don't have that kind of precedent." Suli said to herself, "Wow, is this how rich people play?" Shen Yuan came closer to Jia and said, "Precedent. Isn't it meant to be created?" As he pulled Jia closer to him. Jia blushed and sweated. Thank you all so much for the continued support, my amazing OtakuGo viewers. I truly appreciate every single one of you. I've just created a new channel called OtakuGo Compilations. It's where I'll be uploading longer full-format videos so you can enjoy the content continuously without any interruptions. Please make sure to subscribe to OtakuGo Compilations and keep supporting the community. And as always, don't forget to leave a like, comment below, and share your thoughts. It really helps boost the analytics and keeps both channels growing. Once again, thank you for being part of the OtakuGo family. See you all in the next video.